After decades of thrills, Oakwood Theme Park has closed forever. If you grew up in Wales, chances are you went to Oakwood on a school trip. Opened in 1987, it was the school trip destination in the 90s, and so many of us have memories of running through the park with our friends, riding Megafobia, and spending pocket money in the gift shop. What we didn't realise at the time was this visit would be the very last weekend the park would ever open. So join us as we take one final look around, revisit old favourites, check out what was left of the park, and say goodbye to a piece of Welsh childhood nostalgia.
If you're new here, hi, I'm Ree from mummy4.com. Welcome to the channel. I'm here today with 3 out of my 4 children, plus my husband, also known as Daddy of 4. We bought the tickets online. We're actually here for the Fireworks Spectacular. Is that what it's called, Will? Fireworks Spectacular?
Yeah, the Fireworks Spectacular.
The tickets were £20 each, but we did actually have 2 complimentary carers tickets as the children do have autism. To qualify for the carers tickets, there are various forms of proof that you need to bring. One of the options is the access card, which I purchased a number of years ago before we went to Disneyland Paris, and that was £15 for the 3 years. And we've used that at multiple places for proof of disability. We parked, came in through the entrance, and then headed straight to the Whistle Stop shop to pick up the children's ride access passes. While we were there, we also got Zara measured. She is actually just a little bit too short for Speed, which is the biggest roller coaster here in Oakwood, which has got a height requirement of 125 centimetres. But she's tall enough for everything else other than Bounce, which isn't open today anyway. So Zara, you're good for pretty much everything else today. So we used the proof of disability also for the ride access pass, which we've been given these sheets. We're supposed to go to the ride exit, apparently. Is that right, Will? Just said to go to the ride exit. We've not used it here before.
Yeah, I think so.
So we go to the ride exit, show the bands that have been put onto the children's wrists. Zara's height requirement band on one wrist and her ride access pass band on the other wrist. And then we've got an accompanying piece of paper which will tick off to say that we've been on the rides. There is a limit to how many rides you can use with the ride access pass per day. And once those have been ticked off, then you've used up all your ride access pass goes. Now, when I used to come here as a child, I used to have to get the train in. I have seen that the train is still here, but you no longer have to get the train from the car park. But we are standing here next to the toboggan, which Mummy went on this when she was probably younger than you. Zara here is 7, Bella's 9. I definitely came here when I was younger than you, and probably again when I was a little bit older than you, because I went on Megaphobia, which opened, when did Megaphobia open? Well,
Megaphobia opened in 1996.
So I've been here since 1996, but not much more recently than 1996. Would you guys like to start with the toboggan?
Yeah.
Daddy of 4's not much of a thrill seeker, but we'll probably manage a toboggan.
But I am watching these dudes on Vertigo.
Ah, so Vertigo. Oh my gosh. Okay, first we have to watch this.
Can't wait to watch this.
Right, we are going to watch Vertigo. Vertigo was open when I was here, but I have never actually braved it myself. Maybe we'd have to do this in a future trip. Vertigo is this rather large arch. They hoist people up and then let them go, and they swing back and forth like a cross between like a bungee jump and a terrifying swing. Yeah, okay. As people are about to do this, this isn't a chargeable extra. It's not included in your park tickets. It always has been a chargeable extra. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to watch this.
The exit.
Wow, those people are going to be dragged. Oh gosh, here they go.
And do they let go of the rope?
Well, no, they're gonna unclip the rope, and those people are gonna swing really far forward.
Oh no.
Yep, they're gonna go. Or I don't know if they've got to unclip it themselves. Oh, here they go.
Oh my god. How is that safe?
Wow. That is brave, guys. That's brave. Would you ever fancy doing that?
No.
No?
I'd rather go on the craziest, like, flat rides.
Let's see, would you do that? You wouldn't do a roller coaster, would you do that?
No, I'd rather go for coffee.
Would
Sorry, what about you? Would you do that?
Daddy?
Oh, they're still going, look. They're still... Oh, wow.
Smiler.
That looked terrifying, I've got to admit. William has decided that actually the entrance to the toboggan is not anywhere near where we were standing, and has made an executive decision that we're going to start off with...
The creepy crawler.
No,
Spooky streets.
Creepy crawler must be new since I was last year. Do you know anything about the creepy crawler, Will?
It's like there's multiple carts, and it's like a train kind of ride.
Okay.
But you're on.
As in, but it's a coaster?
Yes, it's a roller
cool.
coaster.
Okay. Excellent. Well, let's give that a go then. So we're walking past the Alpine Picnic Chalet. I'm assuming this is like an ice cream shop and stuff in the summer. What do we think? Yeah, like a little cafe-ish type thing. That's closed. Will, take us to where we're going. Where are we heading? This way. So, Will, this, I know it's just gone Halloween at the time of filming, but this is a permanent year-round attraction, this Spooky Street stuff?
Yeah, year-round Spooky Street.
Okay.
But they do have something called the Witch's Hut, which they open for Halloween, which is like scary.
Cool. Oh wow, first coaster in Oakwood, done. What were your thoughts, guys?
It was pretty right. I would say it was pretty tame, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's quite a good family coaster.
Very much a family coaster. Yeah, just like a little dark bit on the way in. We've just walked onto that though. We haven't even used the ride access pass. Possibly it's quite quiet now because it's going to get busier later because of the fireworks. I don't know, but that was a walk on. That was Zara's first roller coaster with overhead bars.
I haven't had them before.
She kept her head back, and then sometimes you get your head bashed a little bit. I think my advice would be when you're riding coasters with overhead bars to kind of lean forward and into it a little bit so you don't bash your head, okay? Kind of like this, you know, like with it. No, it was a cute family coaster, I think. But yeah, certainly tame enough, nothing too terrifying. You would have been fine. You would have been fine. What next, kiddos? Bobsleds. Ah, so the entrance is here.
Well, that's fun. Do you get wet?
You don't get wet on it. It's one of those, it's like,
Can I go with you?
yeah, you press a lever to go faster or slower.
Oh, yeah.
Toboggan, you know.
I remember.
You remember.
Well, I don't remember, but I know.
Now, the toboggan is something I definitely remember from Oakwood as a child. I was probably your age or younger, probably younger than you when I first did this toboggan. I seem to remember it being near the main entrance. I'm pretty sure they've moved the main entrance. If they moved the main entrance, not that you would know. Yeah, shout out in the comments if you've been to Oakwood both back in the 90s and before. What happened? There was definitely a train, wasn't there, to come in? So did you come in for a different place? Did they move the car park? I'm a little bit confused. But then, like I said, it's been over 20 years since I was here, so my memory might be a little bit foggy. Okay, who's excited for the toboggan? Me. Who caused a traffic jam?
You were like.
How fast was Daddy going to catch you up?
Bevan's just going a bit slower.
You said for me to stop.
No, I said to Daddy.
How fast were you going to just crash into them? Flat out. Typical. We'll go on a roller coaster, but we'll go flat out on the toboggan.
Control of it. It's got a brake.
It's got a brake. Yeah, you
See
can
the
flip
ankle
off.
brake up there. Can't get off a roller coaster, can you?
Not easily. So we've warmed up on the toboggan. Now it is time to brave Megaphobia, which, when it opened, was a really big deal. It was, I seem to remember, Europe's largest wooden coaster or something when it opened in the 90s, and I went on it shortly after it opened. Haven't even been back since. Let's see what the children and I make of it. This, we're just in the shop at the exit. Some of the original track from Megaphobia when it was retracked. You can actually buy bits of it, of the original track. If
Oh,
you
that's
lovely,
good.
you could buy, you see that's right over your street now, just a
Yeah.
bit of
Can't do
wood.
that anywhere else.
No, a bit of wood, a bit of, this is a Megaphobia chain section, a lift hill something. Probably more you'd know what that's all about than me.
Lift hill.
Okay, let's get on this. We do not need a large chunk of wood to take home, okay?
It's pretty nifty. You can make a coffee table.
Daddy's talking about making a coffee table out of Megaphobia.
Oh.
Oh, Daddy. That intense, although we were just talking to a member of staff, and apparently when they did the retrack they actually altered the levels of the drops. Guys, what did you think of that?
That was amazing. So much airtime, and literally it wasn't even that rattly. Like,
I've got to say I'm quite impressed. I don't remember, I mean, it's a long time ago I rode that. I seem to remember enjoying it but not a great deal about it. That was comparable to the closest thing that we've been on lately would probably be Wicker Man. You'd compare that to Wicker Man because it's another wooden coaster. You'd compare it to 13. 13's not a wooden coaster.
The airport is like
the first drop. Yeah, the first drop in 13 in Alton Towers is quite steep, and that is. Bella, what did you think of that?
I think it was amazing.
I've got to say, that was probably worth the trip. That ride. I don't know what the rest of them are going to be like, but so far we've done. First coaster was, it's very much sort of a family kiddie coaster, but the toboggan's fun, and Megaphobia, fair play. Well done, Oakwood, that was good. So the photos are one for £8 or two for £12. You can only have a digital pass if you have an annual pass, but when you buy an actual photo, you get a digital photo. So we're not going to bother with that for now. Here in the Megaphobia shop, anything you want to have a quick look at other than we've already seen the wood, we've already seen the chunk of the track. They have got pins here. Bounce isn't open today. That's what the Witch's Brew is, that like teacups ride that we walked past. Creepy Crawler, that's the one we did earlier. What have we got here? Vertigo's the one where people were being launched. What's that one? That's just like an Oakwood little Dino Man?
Dragon guy, I think.
These are like the mascot,
like a mascot, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, I don't know, what's that one? That is Tinkerbell.
Oh, like Neverland.
Ah, okay, there is a Neverland section, we'll have to check that out. How would you say that compares Wicker Man? I think the one big difference compared to Wicker Man is you don't have to go through anything dark. So going into Wicker Man, you really don't like the queue. We skipped the pre-show, there's still a little dark section to go into. So obviously you're going to prefer that bit, but what did you think of the actual coaster when you got on it?
I can't choose, they were both amazing.
Both amazing, both quite similar. Yeah.
I think Megaphobia is more thrilling, but Wicker Man is more themed.
Yeah, Wicker Man does have sort of more of a storyline, doesn't it? It's getting sort of lunchtime-ish. Do you want to look for some food? Do you want to go in?
They got Woody's Burger Bar over there. They've got donuts and ice cream here.
I'm thinking we probably need something a bit more than a donut and an ice cream.
So we can head to Woody's.
Okay, let's try there. I'm glad we're going to eat something after Megaphobia, not just before, because my stomach would not have coped well with eating just before that. Oh my goodness! Back up in that corner, you can see those two blue slides. Those I definitely remember from when I was here. I was nervous of those, I must admit. The step. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about those later, but I definitely remember those. All right, Daddy of four, what have you got?
That's also in the face.
Did you take a picture of it?
Yep, I did.
Did you? What did you get? And is it any good? Burger with anything or just burger on its own?
Onions.
No, like a meal or?
Yeah, chips in there if you want some.
And how much was that?
11 something.
Okay, right, kids. Let's go get some food and then hopefully find some indoor
To
seating.
the menu as well.
Oh, well done.
Do you want to have a look?
You're like a professional.
Yeah, like, you know, me and my new YouTube thing going on.
Oh, look at you trying to pitch your own channel. Are you going to do more than the one video you've currently just filmed? My husband's just ordering some food. They don't appear to have children's meals, so it would be good to see some children's meal options here. There's just adult meals, so I'm just going to share one with Zara because she definitely won't eat a whole one. And we've come into this little seating area next to the burger kitchen, which, I mean, it's a theme park, I guess it's busy, perhaps they haven't had time to clean the tables, but it would perhaps be good to have, if they don't have time to clean them, some sort of, I don't know, cloths available or something so you can clean up the table yourself. I've just kind of used napkins. We've made do anyway. It's not raining, so we're glad about that, but I guess this would be a good place to shelter from the rain if it was. The chips good, guys. You're eating Daddy's chips while you're waiting for your food. Will's having a burger. I think the girls are having chicken burgers, so just asked for plain chicken burgers. They were out of a number of things, and the only non-fizzy drink options were bottled water, and the slushie machine wasn't working. So a little bit of a shame, but to be honest, as long as we're fed and we can move on, then I guess that's all that matters. And unfortunately, when Daddy gets here, one of us is going to have to stand up because they're just tables of 4, aren't they, with these kind of stuck together chairs. But that's okay. That's all right, isn't it? So Will, how's the burger?
It's very tasty. I'd say it's better than McDonald's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Zara, enjoying the chicken burger?
It's amazing.
I'm having half of Zara's chicken burger. Good though. Let's try the chip. Chips any good? So the actual food tastes nice, and actually I've seen on another table someone's got some things that look very much like chicken tenders, so they look quite yummy. It just would be good to see like more of a selection of soft drinks though. Bottled water, but you know we always bring bottles to refill water. I haven't seen any water refill stations yet around the park. Hopefully there are some. We do always bring reusable bottles so that hopefully we can fill them up, because I just don't feel buying bottled water. It's good value for money. We need water to hydrate. So yeah, that's the only thing. I don't really like children having loads of fizzy drinks, so we've got bottled water. But you know, other than that, and the seating area being, the food itself's pretty good. Daddy Ford's getting a bit spun out by things that could easily be fixed, like a broken chair, aren't you?
Yeah, I can just go in my van, get a screw and fix it.
Just hire
It's like
that.
so annoying.
I know. I think a lot of the things are quite easily, like quite small things, but obviously perhaps knowing where to start to pull it all together. Like perhaps I think one of the issues we faced so far is there's just not been enough bins. And yeah,
Many
also
bins. They've got 2 bin areas.
they've got 2 bin areas.
Where they could just have, like, if you look at these bins, this amount of seats, for those 2 big bins, it's going to take all week to fill them up. But there's also a bin storage area here where there's no table.
That's true.
How silly is that?
I do love the story about Walt Disney buying a hot dog in Disneyland, walking in a different direction each day, and wherever he stopped, like he finished his hot dog, if there was not a bin at that point, they would put a bin.
Yeah. Well
And
done.
these little things do make a difference, I think.
But I haven't seen a bin since you've been in here.
But I think
Inside.
perhaps you don't appreciate those things as much until they're not there. So a few more bins would probably be appreciated about the place.
Yeah,
You think?
I also think they're missing out on money because they don't open during February half term, and they only partially open during the Easter. So I think they should open in February.
You're right. How long have we been in here, Wills?
Like 5 seconds.
William has been very excited to come and try Megafobia. Megafobia has passed your expectations, I think, hasn't it?
I mean, yeah, there was like 10 hours of airtime on that thing.
Yeah, he was rather thrilled with Megafobia. I'm pleased that the changes. Oh yeah, you went on it a million years ago, but you're not going to go on it now, are you? It's
Nope.
been improved since you went on it.
I'll put a photo on. I got a photo of me on it.
You won't recognise him, but yeah.
Back in 1800 and something.
That long ago. Food is done. We can see
20's plenty.
speed, which is new since, I don't know how new it is, but it's new since I was here at least. I'm thinking I want to let my food go down a bit before we attempt that. guys? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we go and find treetops, which I can definitely remember? Shout out if you came on a school trip and went on treetops as a kid. Now, I can remember, I think we were here, I'm not sure if it was someone's birthday party or a primary school trip, but I remember coming here when I was younger than Bella and going on treetops. So this will be full-on nostalgia for me. Will, what is that called?
That is the, let me check.
What was it called? No, we've all been on that, haven't we? Adults watching this.
I think it's called it's called Waterfall.
Right. I can remember going on that as a kid, and I was actually more scared of the steps on the way up. We had to stand there queuing, and you could see through them, than the actual whoosh thing. I'm thinking today, well, it's freezing cold. Do you want to get literally soaked to the skin? Because I don't. So, might skip that today. Maybe if we come back again, then we'll brave it. But today, I'm thinking, no. We are walking past Bounce.
Like
why is it closed? A refurbishment project, okay. Again, I think that is probably new since I was last year. Treetops, from what I can recall, is somewhere between Octonauts and Runaway Mine Train in Alton Towers.
Yeah.
Probably closer to the Octonauts. Thinking that was really thrilling as a kid, and I think that was fun. I actually preferred that one. I thought Treetops was better than that.
Than the creepy crawler.
Yeah.
The creepy crawler was quite rough at parts, but like that was
quite good. For all the nostalgia, I did remember it. I did remember it. What did you think of that?
I
It was
like
good.
that.
It was good. We're right at the front. It was funny because it's quite a long train. You could feel it like crawling until the back of the train like
got over, yeah.
got a bit of a oomph going. Bella, what did you think of Treetops? Which was
I think it
probably
was
my
good.
first coaster.
Really?
Probably. I
There's no
probably
height
came
restriction on that, so
here.
anyone 2 or over can go on it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably came here. We opened in 1987. I was born in 1983. I probably came here when I was about 6.
Yeah.
Definitely before we went to Florida as a family for the first time when I was little. So yeah, the Treetops was probably my first coaster.
I know what my first coaster was.
What was that?
Dino Chase.
It was. But Zara did Dino Chase her first coaster in Paulson's Park and squealed with glee the whole way around. It was very entertaining. What are we going to go to next, guys? So we're over here by Bounce and the waterfall. We've done Treetops. Speed we need to do. That's the only one you can't do, baby girl. Other than that, I mean, we could do Snake River Falls are just over here.
Yeah,
That's another get wet one. So, I mean, I'm freezing. I really don't want to get wet today.
I
Yeah, and if we're going to stay till the fireworks, I think getting wet's probably not a good idea. Do you get wet on Skull Rock too?
Yeah, that's a log flume ride.
Right, okay. So,
I kind of want to go on that.
well, we'll see. We'll see how wet other people look when they get off.
Yes, good idea.
It
Maybe
is a
do
good idea.
Speed, and then we could head to like the Neverland area to
Oh,
check
what's the
out
sights
some
of
of
Okay.
London, guys?
Well, this is through this Neverland area, this Sights of London
Yeah.
stuff. It's also
Or the
Peter
like-
Pan themed.
Ooh, let's have a look at that then.
Okay, Bella, toilets. Oh, hang on. Apparently there are toilets
Yeah,
Right
we're
here.
so the toilets are probably like
on the way to Speed. Cool, let's go. We've been to the toilets. Trying to be diplomatic now. There are some things that they've done quite well, like Megafobia. The Speed looks good. Certain things need a bit of work. The toilets sort of had like a flood-looking thing on the floor. Could probably do with a bit of work.
Although I think ride availability is quite good because I haven't
is.
seen anything closed yet.
That's a very good point. Other than the scheduled maintenance. Okay, are we going to brave Speed? Yeah. Yay! Can't wait. William, that Speed looks nuts. Are you going to make me go on that?
Looks worse than the smile of the sun.
You think it looks worse than the Smiler? Okay, great.
The start of it does.
Lovely stuff.
It's what, William? Lovely stuff. Did you just say that's lovely stuff?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Oh Will, what are you going to make me do now? Daddy 4 and Zara are going to sit this one out. Daddy 4 because he wouldn't have done it anyway, and Zara because she's not quite tall enough. William, what can you tell us about Speed, which I'm going to say looks terrifying.
Okay, Speed is the UK's first beyond vertical drop. And
Wow.
it's also the fastest coaster in Wales.
Okay.
And it is a Eurofighter model, which is also the same as Saw the Ride at Thorpe Park and
Okay.
Rage somewhere else in the east, I can't remember.
So what do you mean by beyond vertical drop?
It goes, basically, it nearly inverts. You go at like 100, you go at 90 degrees.
Like-
you go
like down,
over
but
90
like-
degrees.
Oh, hooray! Yay!
Also, it has 2 inversions and you get some good airtime, I think.
Woo, hooray! I can hardly wait. Don't feel at all nervous.
Bella looks a bit scared.
What are they doing, Zabs?
Oh, well, they said to smile on the second drop. So that probably means they're going to get their photo on the second drop.
Right.
That's the same on Megaphobia. They were like, smile for the second drop. But I don't care. I just like,
Okay.
it's always funny with my
There they are, look. Hello.
daddy.
What happened?
Zara.
Supposed to be filming them on
Zara.
the van.
Should we give Mummy's customers a preview of what's going to happen? Should we?
Scared?
Should we give them? Are you scared?
Bella, okay?
You okay? Yeah.
Whoa. What do you think?
It was like so good.
It was so good.
It did feel a bit weird in the with the vertical.
Yeah, the cranking up was a long
Filmed
old
you.
stretch.
Filmed you.
You filmed it. Oh, good. The cranking up, it was like, whoa, all the snot's running to the back of my head. The beyond vertical was, probably should have left it a little bit longer since lunch, but I mean, a very good coaster. It was a good coaster. Bella, what did it remind you of?
Huh?
What did it remind you of?
I don't know. Smiler, I guess. Like the start.
The start was a little bit smilery,
But that was
and then
worse than Smiler. Like
You
the
think?
start was worse than Smiler. I don't know why, but it just felt longer.
Smiler does like a crank up midway through it in Old
Yeah.
Towers,
Also,
whereas
it doesn't go as high, I don't think.
I don't know.
That didn't look.
It took a really long time to
I
crank up,
know.
didn't it? And then the beyond vertical was like, whoa.
I didn't feel the beyond vertical. It was actually.
After that
I love
initial
it.
beyond vertical bit, it was more just fun. That first bit was quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
You said that you thought it might be a bit like Spinball.
Well, it kind of reminds me of Spinball because like the sounds like.
Yeah, it does have a similar
Tracks.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like orange. Yeah. The colour it just kind of reminds. The colour scheme is Spinball.
Well, when you are half a centimetre taller, you can go on it. If you love coasters, you will love that. It's a very good, very terrifying coaster. I was terrified. Were you terrified?
Kind of.
Will, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Speed.
I really love it. Like, I think it's quite a good ride, to be honest. Like, I'm just glad we have it in Wales.
And the thing is that must be very difficult and challenging for Oakwood is the location. So obviously if you're in Wales, great, but it's kind of tucked right down the corner, isn't it? So whereas a lot of the other theme parks in the UK would have people coming from lots of directions, you kind of got to go all the way down the corner of Wales almost till you fall off. But there are lots of other things around here, so it is worth coming for a little holiday. There are lots of other things, you know, we're quite close by Folly Farm, there's
Heatherton.
Oakwood, Heatherton. So if you are planning a UK break, come to Wales. Basically, so far, obviously we've not finished the day yet, but so far, do you think Oakwood is worth a trip?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
Just-
even if you're just going for a day, it's like, you've got to ride Speed and Megaphobia.
Speed and Megaphobia. I mean, I've got to say, I have been impressed by those coasters. They are a lot more terrifying than I anticipated. And treetops.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought I was bigging that up in my head, but that was good.
Yeah, I rest my case
treetops.
saying Creepy Crawler is the worst coaster at the
Yeah,
park.
yeah. Creepy Crawler.
No, we haven't done Dizzy Disc yet. But
No.
Dizzy Disc is looking smooth, so...
Okay. Yeah. Treetops. I think it must be older than the Creepy Crawler because I don't remember the Creepy Crawler, but I would say Treetops is better than the Creepy Crawler. So far, are you thinking it's worth it so far?
What, me?
Yeah. Do you think Oakwood's worth it so far? Okay, so far so good. We haven't really seen a lot that's worth it for very small kids yet, but we are going to head over and check out the Neverland area and see whether it would have been the kind of thing that you enjoyed when you were all a little bit smaller. Just walking past the waterfall where various very brave people are shooting themselves down the slide and getting absolutely soaked, like falling in a swimming pool level soaked. And I'm just hoping now they have a change of clothes because I'm worried about them getting pneumonia, if I'm honest. That's definitely, if you're going to try that, a summertime heatwave kind of ride, not at this weather where we're all wearing 18 layers kind of ride. Walking up here, there's like a barn thing. There used to be a big red slide. Do they still have that here? Shout out if you went to Oakwood as a kid and you remember it was like you had to climb up some steps and get into a sack and like launch yourself down. Was it red? I'm not, maybe it wasn't red. But you had to get in a sack and like push yourself off the edge and you went just shooting down. Do you remember that? Is that still a thing? Ah, so this is arcades. This is not the big vertical drop slide. Maybe they got rid of that for health and safety. It was a different time in the 90s. So coming into Neverland, they've got what looks like a food outlet. I wonder if they do children's meals in here. This has got drinks. No, I'm just having a look. Or maybe it's just a drinks outlet. Drinks and coffees. So it's all Peter Pan themed. I'm not sure who that is. Who's this? Oh, no. Well, do you know who this lady is? No. No, we're not sure. They've got a super cute pirate ship. There's also a Doctor Who box. Okay, Sights of London tour. Towers of London, is that? We've got Towers of London, we've got Big Ben, Nelson's Column. Oh look, there's the train in the distance.
Yeah,
that's the train. Well, that used to bring you from the car park to the park entrance.
All right.
That's how you came into the park. Yeah. To what? To get back to the front of the park. I think it is the original train from 1987. Yes. Nice selection of flat rides. Well, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got a tiny little cute.
Massive pink spinning.
Quite cute for little kids. Nah. This is a Doctor Who police call box.
Look, Mummy, what's that? That spinning thing with Tinkerbell on the top.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to look. the crocodile coaster. Look, my hair, it must have been quite thrilling because my hair's all wild.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 was it? Yeah.
Although, in
Like-
all honesty though, it's a cute little coaster, but I've got to say Creepy Crawler isn't the worst anymore.
Okay. I would recommend that for like, you know, 2-year-olds. If you were 2, you'd think that was it, wouldn't you? You'd be like, yeah, you'd be like Zara on her very first coaster, Dino Chase, going, yeah.
It's less scary than my first roller coaster, trust me.
Okay, so that's a good starter coaster then, a good starter coaster.
Very.
Okay, where are we heading now? Wilpida?
I'm not sure. I think Dizzy Disc next.
You don't want to go on Tinkerbell?
I don't know. I mean,
Do you want to go on Tinkerbell?
You drive them yourself, some reason they got like rudders on.
Oh, I don't know. We'll find out now.
Look, they got rudders.
Do you steer them?
So do they go
I think they like go to the side and then they like a flying chair swing, but different.
I don't know. So you gotta, I'm not sure. What do the rudders do?
I think they just help you move out, as in swing out.
Okay.
It's just going to cut through the air, isn't it? So
Yeah, I think if you like wave it back and forth.
it goes pretty fast. I think if you turn the rudder, it just swings out more.
Right. Oh, okay. Do you want to give that a go? Oh,
High they go.
it's okay. It's actually creating wind
Yeah, look,
now.
look, see,
Oh gosh,
He's got his in, you've got his
Mummy, I
out.
told
You go
you
sideways.
that looks actually wild. I thought this was going to be a really I thought this was going to be the crocodile coaster of the air. But now that's quite.
Sideways, if you do it.
Gosh, Bella, you going to give it a go?
Move out the way, I'm cold.
It's causing a draft.
That's a bit crazy, honestly.
Only if I go.
Too scared?
I would do it. No.
Too scared?
I would do it.
You would do it.
Can I
Not
go
too scared.
with you, Kylie?
Although I don't think this is like
Don't worry, I'll help
the
you.
land area because
This
quite
is
This guy here.
This is a lot wilder looking than the other things in this Neverland area.
yes.
Do you think we should do what?
I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be brave. 2-year-olds?
And
Wow.
can go on it.
Gotta say, I know it's not the height of summer or anything, but the queues have not been large. I know the children have got the ride access pass, which we've used a couple of times where the queues have been a bit longer. We just go to the ride exit and we've been let on quite quickly. But even the main queues, you know, are not extensive. So that is a positive for sure. Be fine.
I'm scared. Yeah.
What does the steering thing do?
Probably blows the wind to everyone. Let's blow some wind.
It did create wind, didn't it? It did
Yeah.
definitely create wind.
What's that?
I don't know. Check out that in a bit. Something else.
Minute. This side
Yeah.
is going up. This side is going down.
Right.
That's what the wind.
And what were you trying to do?
I was trying to blow wind at you.
You almost blew the camera out of my hand. It's really windy down here. It's like standing next to a plane.
Well, it was more windy up there.
The children actually enjoyed the Tink ride. I am looking incredibly windy about now because it was very windy. We were going to go on the Lost Boys something, but it's just gone down, which in all fairness is the first ride that's been down other than for scheduled maintenance that we've attended. So that's good. We have spotted more recycling stations around the park. I guess it's a Wales law thing that's come in. If they had just normal bins all around the park, they'd have to sort it by law as a recycling thing for Wales. So I guess they've got fewer locations, but they've got to have this multi-bin recycling thing. So perhaps that's not necessarily an Oakwood thing, it's more a general Wales thing, I don't know. But we were looking for bins in some places, couldn't find them, but you know, other places we have managed to spot them. Okay, shall we give the sights of London a try, just to review it? What do you think?
Alright.
Yeah? Okay, let's give it a go. London style houses are really cute and you can go up to them and knock the door, but I don't really understand the purpose of them. Any ideas?
I think they're just photo opportunities.
They could be storage areas, but
I suppose so. They're cute.
but they've turned the outside of.
Yeah. They're cute, I just don't know what they're for.
Yeah, because I think the people in Oakwood could use it for storage, and then the outside could be decorated.
People have just said that this used to be a walk-through, and it is no longer. It's not on the map anymore?
No.
No? Oh,
I think
interesting.
They've got a blank here.
They have a blank.
Just disappeared.
So, we've managed to hit quite a lot of it already. Does anyone know what time it is?
It is 3:30. So in an hour there'll be marshmallow toasting. We could do Dizzy Disc.
What time did we get here? Something like 11:30ish?
Yeah, like we got into the park at 12.
Okay. And in that time, we've managed to do speed, treetops. We've made an executive decision not to do the water rides, Skull Rock, Snake, and the waterfall, because quite frankly, we're all freezing.
Yeah.
So you've had a look at the sights of London. You didn't want to do the aeroplanes? Wendy's house looked closed. There's a treasure store. That was a shop. The bobsleigh was fun. Do you want to do the bobsleigh again?
I mean, we could. I think we should try to do Dizzy Disc first. That way we've done basically everything we want to get round to.
Okay. You want to do Megafobia again? You say that's a repeater?
Yeah, like we could do a little night dusk ride or even on it.
Okay.
I want to do the thing that you go in the water and then you like pedal.
The pedalo? Yeah.
Maybe.
Are there any
Would
you
get
want?
wet?
I don't think
mainly
not unless
Dizzy
you fell
Disc
in.
at this point.
Is there anything you'd like to repeat? Anything worth repeating?
Megaphobia, I don't know. Speed's only up until 5, so.
Okay. Would you repeat it if you had the opportunity? Is it that good? Are you going to sneeze? Okay, bless you.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But Megaphobia, favourite ride in the park so far?
Yeah.
Megaphobia. Why is that so much better than Speed then?
It's not so much better, it's just a little bit better.
A little bit better.
I'd say like it's about the airtime really. It's like
All about the
main
airtime.
good thing about
If
it.
the start of Speed wasn't on Speed, I'd probably like it more. It's just a bit
very
awkward
long-
when you just go up.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it feels like you're almost being tipped upside down, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. I enjoyed Speed more when it got going. You're right, that beginning bit was long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm very like, oh, we're still going
What
up.
should we see what closes at 5?
Okay. I'm making
Dizzy
exact-
Disc closes at 5. Tree chops, speeds.
And I know we've had
Poacher,
food at
anything
lunchtime, but you guys are going to have to eat something else before we, I don't know, leave, I suppose. So keep an
And
eye
then
out.
all the other
We're
rides
doing
close
the
to 6:30.
aeroplanes.
I mean, if we
You have
are,
to
we're going the
go
wrong way because they're over there. I mean, I don't really want to go on the airplanes by myself. Do you? Is this coat keeping you warm enough, baby girl?
Yeah.
Good. I'm pleased with these actually. They've been a good purchase, haven't they? They're nice and snugly warm and waterproof, and I quite like that when it is dark, these silver strips are quite reflective, aren't they? And you like them because they've got lots of pockets.
And I like it because it's pretty.
It is pretty. So in here, we've just spotted there is a pay-as-you-go clothes dryer, literally a dryer. Is that?
Looks like it's been on. It's warm. It's been on.
That's for people that have
Got
come
wet
off
on
the.
waterfall.
Yeah, a literal tumble dryer. Oh, nice.
I was expecting to find pants or something in there, wet
no,
pants.
dear. Well, I've got to say, rides that do that like stomach lurching thing and spinning are not for me. They're not my first choice. I feel sick now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm glad I did it because I mean
'Cause it's
that's
done.
another roller coaster type ticked off the list.
It is. That is likened to. Now we haven't done it in Legoland because I think you were too short. There's one in Legoland called.
Mia's Riding Adventure.
That's it. You were too short
There's
last
also
time.
one
we
in
were there.
Chessington called Cobra, which
Which
is I think it's going to get moved.
I thought Cobra was the roller coaster one, not the spinning.
In Poulter's Park it's a roller coaster, but it's in Chessington.
Getting very
And it's
confused.
Cobra with a K. Weird.
Yeah, I feel quite nauseous now, so don't eat anything before or after that one. But yeah, I mean the children enjoyed it. It was fun. It was kind of clamped on, like sitting on it, straddling like a horse, and it kind of came up behind you, a bit like Flight of Passage in Florida, to kind of clamp you in, or Tron, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was quite an abrupt, like, whoop, smacked in the back, and it was quite abrupt when it came undone as well. So just be aware and be ready for that. Zara, what were you singing on it?
Can I just sing it?
Go on then.
I hope you're happy now that you're choosing this. I hope it brings you bliss. I really hope you get it and you don't live to regret it.
Did you live to regret going on it?
Well, maybe not. Kind of.
Yeah. Did you like that one, Belle?
Yeah.
Well, quite enjoyed it. You seemed to enjoy it. I think, I've got to say, when I was younger, I didn't used to feel so sick about the thing. But now, 41 and like, it makes me feel a bit nauseous, to be honest. I would honestly rather Megaphobia or maybe even Speed to going on that again.
I wouldn't.
No?
Well, I'd rather Megaphobia probably.
Megaphobia
But
is fun.
the start of Speed is really, it's kind of put me off it.
You think?
I really like Speed, but just the start is a bit.
I think you just got to like lie back and go, it's so relaxing.
Yeah.
I think you'll enjoy it better the second time because you're not brilliant with things so you don't know what to expect. And you hadn't seen, it was hard to find a lot of content showing children what to expect before we came here. So I think if you go on again, you'll enjoy it more because that tends to be what happens.
But the thing is, with the vertical drop, I was thinking so much about that.
You were worried about that?
Thing up,
Yeah.
The thing up high, I wasn't worried about it. But the thing up high, I was thinking so much about that. I didn't even feel like the beyond vertical drop. I didn't feel it.
It was, yeah, I think I enjoyed the rest of Speed more than I did that first bit,
Yeah.
I'll admit. Okay, what we're going to do now, guys, we've got quite a while before the fireworks. I fancy going inside somewhere to warm up, if we can. Is that a possibility? Should we go and see? There's an oak, something.
oak tree.
I was fancying some sort of cake or ice cream, and now I'm thinking I just want something to settle my stomach. So now we've actually been on the attractions. Do you want to have a look at some of the merch and take the opportunity to go inside and warm up?
Yes.
Cool. So we're at the Whistle Stop shop near the exit. Let's take a look what they've got. They got a whole load of pick and mix as well as some plushies and various sweets and things. They got Tinkerbell pins and that dinosaur dude that we saw somewhere else. Over here they've got kids Megaphobia hoodies. They are £40.
And Speed.
Also Speed. Adult ones are £50 for Megaphobia. These Megaphobia t-shirts. Did you like any of the rides enough to want the merch, Will?
Oh, I don't know.
And if so, which one would you want the merch for?
Probably Megaphobia.
Megaphobia, that would be the one, would it? You could get a pin to go on the pin board in your room.
Yeah, like.
Or how about just a t-shirt, Will? That's a tiny t-shirt, but a big adult version of that. An adult size version of a Megaphobia black t-shirt would suit you. What have we got over here? Neverland merch. £20 for the t-shirts. Neverland hoodies. There you go, that's just an Oakwood t-shirt, Will.
Oakwood, Pembrokeshire, 1987. So it's like a nostalgic hoodie thing.
Nostalgia hoodie. I like a bit of nostalgia.
Oakwood Grub, I like that.
Cool. More Megaphobia merch.
That's a black polo t-shirt here.
That one looks a bit big for you, but they have got some
It's
more
like
down the
small.
bottom. Is it?
Yeah. Looks like. Oh wait, that's extra large.
Yeah, see, thought so. That's a medium. Well, you can find. Let's see if they've got a small. These are embroidered Megaphobia ones. We've come into the oak tree by the main entrance, and it's so much nicer than the burger kitchen. It feels like a much sort of brighter, newer space. Did still have to get some stuff to wipe the tables, but the space itself is much nicer. They have an actual bar area that serves actual alcohol if you need that while you're in the theme park, but also much more sort of extensive menu. And they have children's options, and the children's options come with a cup of squash, so it doesn't have to be a fizzy drink. So that is good news. See, a few other people have had pizzas. They look quite nice, so I think we're just going to get like a pizza or something to share, some chicken tenders, just long enough that we can stay in here and warm up a little bit. And then outside, it looks like just outside the window here is going to be where they're doing the toasted marshmallows later, and then after that, the fireworks. So, Will, what do you know about clown saws?
Not too much, to
Not
be
a lot.
honest.
No?
We were just talking about that now.
There isn't a right access pass, and also it doesn't have like an age restriction. I think it's just like parental discretion advised.
Okay.
Probably meaning that you should, like, as a parent, you should decide.
Okay.
Whether it's
Based on what information?
Yeah, I think based on the sign here that says
Okay.
no smoking, the use of cameras,
I think
bulky
they should put,
items
like,
if you
12
left.
plus or something, right?
Okay.
It
Or
keeps
higher,
on calling it a
however much
ride
it
though. You must not ride if you have.
Yeah, I think this is like
copy and pasted information.
yeah, it is. I think.
It's not
Okay.
overly helpful,
So we don't know a great deal about this scare attraction.
No, not really. Other
Okay.
than clowns and saws.
Okay.
It says here,
William,
look,
you
look,
want to
this
give it a
is-
go? Girls,
this is
you absolutely
interesting because
no.
it says guests must be able to brace with hands and feet. But then lower down here it says suitable for guests with plaster casts and fractured brace and walking boots.
Oh.
And all that. So it's a bit
That is
Alright,
confusing.
interesting.
Well, do we know anything about this future development area?
No, I haven't heard anything.
I do.
Really?
Yep.
What?
I know they've used OSB board to cover it all up. And it's all swollen because it's been here for a couple of years, if you ask me that board has.
You think?
Yeah,
all
I
I
think
know.
it's
I
been
see.
here for a
What
while.
I've seen.
And from the looks of it, I don't know how much construction work they've done, but from what I can see from up there, I didn't see much construction work. So
I see.
think
Over
they've,
the
I think
top
they've
down
just
below.
blocked it off, because as like saying they're gonna put something here eventually when they get the budget. No, can't see anything.
No?
Nope.
The Alpine now has the door open. So what is this? A picnic hut, is
There's no like
it?
shopping here. It's just
Is
bring
it?
your own foods.
Oh, it is literally a picnic room. So we're going now. We're going to Megafobia again to ride Megafobia in the dark. You're gonna leave your hood up?
Probably, but if
Probably.
it comes down, I don't know.
Okay. Megaphobia in the dark. What do you think?
I love it.
You loved it?
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. But did you see that big dome? Like,
Yeah, I don't know
it
what
was a
that is.
giant white thing.
The white dome? Not sure. Do you know what that is?
I don't think it's part of Oakwood.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
think that
part
might
of
be
it.
next door. It is very dark now.
Yeah.
There's not a great deal of lighting, so watch where you're walking. It is incredibly dark now, and a little bit cold, but at least it's dry. So, children now fancy doing the bobsleds in the dark. What do you think, Sarah? Back on toboggan? Ooh. Daddy Paul like this one. You try not to smash into the children this time, please, Charlie? Try hard. Toboggans in the dark were fun. Daddy Paul did actually catch up with the other two again because he goes a lot faster.
Way behind.
Well, I don't know, he just goes really quick on those things, okay? So, William is now dragging me to yet another scare attraction. If you saw our Alton Towers vlog series, you know that we did some terrifying scare attractions. We did Compound, their brand new one for this year, which was flipping terrifying. First ever scare maze, and it was insane. Then we did, what other ones we did? We did the Attic,
Altonville Mine Tours.
Altonville Mine
Dad's
Tours.
Games Panic Reloaded.
yes.
Very long names.
In the Daz Games one, someone did this to the back of my head. And in the Compound one, I kind of got arrested and thrown into a cell. So will this be that terrifying, or just like a walk in the park, so to speak? In comparison, what do you think?
I think it's going to be pretty terrifying.
Oh, good.
Like,
I thought we'd passed all of that, being that we're now past Halloween. No? Oh. Oh well. So the question is, for compound, attic and the Altonville Mine Tours, you use me as a human shield. For Dad's games, you almost pull my arm out the socket. What's it going to be this time?
Probably you as defence. Because
human maybe the human shield again. Fun.
Game.
Right, yeah. When it was a game, in Dad's games, you had to go and find symbols. But for the others, it was like, my strategy was hold on to Will with one hand because these things were really dark, and to use my other hand as a shield. It's like, just no one touch my face. It's bad enough when someone touched the back of my head, but just don't touch my face. And there were also lots of things dangling in your face, weren't there?
Yeah.
How will this compare? That's the question.
I don't know if it's going to be as good as compound, but I think it'll be better. Pretty good.
Well, if you do want to see the other, the Alton Towers scare attractions and things, I will link that mini vlog series below, so you can watch that after you've seen this. And the little camera is tracking your face.
Yeah, it keeps switching between you and me.
What is it, Bells?
Is it a maze?
Is it a maze? I don't know. It's a maze, it's a scare attraction, I'm just not sure.
Too many details. It's like, so I'm just going to have to go find out.
Oh, I can't do it well.
Clowns and swords, what can go wrong?
What could go wrong? One thing I did forget to mention, that we also did the burial grounds scare maze in Alton Towers, because that was a free attraction, but the other mazes were paid for extra. This one, is it a maze and is it paid for extra?
No, they're all included in price of admission.
Okay.
Hence why there's a big queue.
Right, okay, there is a big queue and there's no ride access.
And the other ones,
option.
Chicken Shed and Witch Hunt, are open during the Halloween season.
But they're not open today because we're past Halloween. For reference, tomorrow is the last day of their season, so we're on the second last day of their season for Oakwood for this entire year. Do you know when they reopen? I
think they reopen 27th, 28th of April.
Okay.
It's quite a while.
It is quite a while.
I think they open for the Easter holidays pirate takeover thing.
Right, okay. Here, they do pirates here as well. Why does everyone do pirates before they open properly?
I don't know.
Seems to be a popular thing.
It's just Alton Towers and Oakwood, I think.
Oh, is that? Okay. Okay, well I don't know what's the time now? I'm not sure how long this queue's going to take. Are we going to be alright for getting to the fireworks?
Yeah, I think we'll be alright.
You think we'll be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll practice the position. One hand like this, one hand holding on to you. Survive it.
Yes, let's do it.
Survive it. Yay! How bad can it be? The other top tip we learnt in Attic, Will, don't be front of the batch.
Yeah.
Do not be front of the batch. Also,
if it's like a maze, it doesn't make any difference.
Also, I can hear screaming. Is that coming from inside?
Yes, I think so.
I can also hear a chainsaw. Great. There was also a chainsaw scene in Altonville Mine Tours. And I turned to you and said, we saw daylight, we got outside. I turned to you to went, well, I thought you said there was a chainsaw. And then a chainsaw man came at me. So yeah, that was fun. Oh gosh, there is a lot.
Hear it from here.
There is a lot of screaming. There's a lot of screaming. They said we're in next. And also we're really not allowed to film inside. The chainsaws are really loud now. Okay, ready?
They're opening the doors.
They're opening the doors. See the other side? Oh, okay. Oh, you can still hear these chainsaws. Okay, so it was a bit of a maze in that you could go to dead ends and get stuck. They were quite clear that the scare performers would not touch you, so it was more like burial grounds.
I mean, they're all holding chainsaws. It's like,
I know. Like, I hope, please don't touch me with that chainsaw. So, how do we get back out of here now? Over there. Yeah, so that's the biggest difference between the big scare mazes in Alton Towers. Because they did very much touch you in compound. And like I say, the worst one was when in Dad's game, someone did that to the back of my head. I was like, oh, okay. So, there was a little boy at the end who he kind of followed us through because he got separated from his party. If you go in through any of these scare attractions, for goodness sake, hang on to someone that you're with because you will get separated. That one was very much like mesh cages. It was sort of outside, but it was through a lot of mesh cages. It was very dark, very, very stroby. The girls would have hated that.
I mean, at least there wasn't like really loud music as well, like to add to the strobiness.
But the scare performance was very good. No, it was a good attraction. One thing I will say though, especially from an autism point of view,
don't do it.
Don't do it if you're bothered by. You're not that like.
I'm not that bothered by
stroby stuff and loud noises do not seem to bother you. I think it's because we live in a loud house.
Oh, annoying.
Yeah, I know. Like, you're not that bothered, are you? Although you know, tell them might be running late for a theme park. You're going to get cross, aren't you? Yeah. You're like, this morning, he's like, come on, we're gonna go, come on, we're gonna go. But yeah, unbothered by that stuff. Whereas Zara especially, yeah, we will go find them. So Zara especially really doesn't like the loud, very multi-sensory stuff. She's getting more bothered that by the time she gets older, and Bella's like iffy with it. Zara's actually got ear defenders with her this time for the fireworks, which probably good for a lot of kids actually, for fireworks, but loud bangs especially. It's funny because when we do Disney, Zara doesn't seem as bothered by the fireworks, but I think the swell of the music and the Disney fireworks are more about the projections and the music with the addition of fireworks than fireworks being the main show, would you say? Whereas if you go to like a local fireworks display and it's a lot more echoey, she's a lot more bothered by the sensory stuff. Okay, I think they might be in this oak tree place. Let's go and see if we can find them. So we've managed to get a nice table indoors. Daddy bought some marshmallows on a stick. How much were the marshmallows on a stick and how long do you have to queue for them?
5 minutes in the queue, £3.
£3 for 3 big marshmallows on a stick. One stick, 3 marshmallows on a stick. There you go. The girls opted not to toast theirs. William did a beautiful job of toasting his out by fire and is enjoying it immensely. I think we're just going to chill in here for a little bit in the warm before the fireworks start. Now might be as good a time as any to discuss some of our thoughts. We're not going to start with William because he's got a mouthful of marshmallow. Zara, thoughts on Oakwood so far?
I think I like it.
Yeah? What have been your high points, your peaks, best bits,
Well,
must-dos?
and peak is wait. Go on, can you tell me Megafobia?
I thought that's what you were going to say, yes. Megafobia has been the best bit. Any other bits that you enjoyed?
I did enjoy other bits, just
That's your favourite. What age group?
My top
Yeah.
is dark.
Okay, Megaphobia in the dark.
My second top is Megaphobia light.
Okay.
And my third top is...
Which other rides would you recommend and what, oh no, I know. Which age group do you think it's good for here?
Street top, that's my third.
Oh, third is street tops, okay. We're back on that question, okay. Do you recommend it for your age, older, younger?
What do you mean, what's the first one?
What age do you think it's good for? I mean, you're 7, do you think it's good? Megaphobia. If you are 125 centimetres, so half a centimetre older than Zara, then she could have gone on everything today, so that's worth knowing. Bella, thoughts on Oakwood today
I
so
think
far?
it was pretty good.
Yeah, best bits?
I enjoyed Megaphobia and speed was pretty good.
Yeah. Any other things that you think maybe they could improve?
Maybe they could get some cleaners around the tables.
Yeah, cleaner tables and toilets.
Yeah. Some of
Tables
them
and
were,
toilets, I
out
think,
of
are the
order.
things we've
Yeah.
that perhaps could do with improving. William, your thoughts as a roller coaster connoisseur and expert on and you said Alton Towers, Oakwood.
I'd say it's absolutely worth a visit here.
Yeah. Why?
Because of Megaphobia and speed.
Megaphobia
And,
and speed.
and also Vertigo if you're willing to pay that much money.
Yeah. Okay. Would you do Vertigo given an option?
Probably, yeah.
But that means I'd have to do it. Yes. Anyway, if you do that, then I'll have to do it. So let's have a think about that. Oh dear, don't
I would
get too
recommend this
enthusiastic.
park. I think the park is great for the
Yeah.
families. However, I think the Halloween event is more it's more aimed at like older.
Yeah, that scare maze was quite scary. What would you like to see? Any things you'd like to see improved or changed, or?
I think these like the tables, the toilets, and I think they should also expand their opening time into like February half term.
Okay,
Because
why is
like
that?
because that's just a time where they can just make more money. Because like it's February half term, people want to go.
People off. Okay, I don't know. Bella, do you have something to add?
Yeah, I was gonna say about the toboggans.
Okay.
I just remembered I really enjoyed them as
That
well.
was fun actually. That was lots of fun. Daddy, thoughts?
It's alright. It's not like bigger theme parks, but it is stuck down in the bottom end of Wales. But then there's other lovely places around it. There's like, you've got like Folly Farm, haven't you?
Yeah, just around the corner.
May I?
Oh, sorry. Would you like to
I
interject?
would say it's more of like it's not
Excuse
like
me, I didn't interrupt you.
it's not like a low level of theme park. but it's not like Alton Towers kind of high. It's like somewhere stuck in the middle.
One thing I'd probably say is some of the attractions are good. Like Megafobia is great, and Speed, you know, they're really good coasters. They don't have the same level of theming as some of the other parks, so you don't have like a soundtrack or a storyline. It's just you go on an attraction for the sake of the attraction. And I'm surprised you didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, although it's not really their fault that they don't have any IPs. Like,
no, what I mean is more like, so say you're going on the Smiler, it's got music playing, and then there's a story to go with it. There's no storyline, which is fine. I mean, like, if you're just happy to enjoy the attractions for the attractions, that's cool, and we've still had a really good day. Theming is, well, it's just not really themed as much. What's that?
So, this used to be a farm back in the day, and a family turned it into what it is now. It's also been bought out by a Spanish company.
Oh, okay.
Some years ago.
Yeah.
Now, it does make money, but not a great deal, not as much as you probably think it does. But I think it's 2023. It actually lost a lot of money because in real terms, because they did Megafobia, which cost millions.
Yeah, Member of Staff did say $2 million, which I thought was weird you mentioned it in dollars.
Something else I'm fascinated with is the fact that you can buy bits of the ride. I think, wow, why doesn't everyone do that? Why doesn't every theme park in the whole world, like Disney, Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, they all sell the wheels off their ride?
Actually, when we were in Paris, they made bags out of the castle covering that they did.
Yes, they did. Right, I've taken loads of photos, and you've probably seen some of them. They're selling bits of track, and yes, admittedly, you're not going to get like a metre long bit of track in your car for 120 quid, even though I really want to.
What would you do with it?
Put it in the garden, or sitting there, use it as a bench or something.
So you hate roller coasters?
Yes, I do, but what about William when he's older? He's going to want a piece of Megafobia when they pull it down.
We're going to go home with a wheel or something now, aren't we?
We got the wheels of Treetop. My point is, I took photos of it because I think they should actually turn it into they should have an actual proper shop, not just a
stand.
Rubbish load of shelves in the corner.
Almost like a museum.
With some little bits of paper. They should have more like a museum, or piles of that stuff, cut into reasonable sizes, maybe priced slightly better.
Yeah, sell more of them.
Make it more achievable, and even put a certain, if you really want to buy this piece of track that weighs about 100 kilos for 100 quid or whatever, we will take it in your car for you.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, there's not much information on, right, I fancy that track, I'm going to buy it, but how am I going to get it?
Can you imagine, like,
I'm going to chuck it on your shoulder.
It'd be like to you, the Chuckle Brothers, when they're trying to get out to the car.
Or they can arrange delivery, because they were selling stuff on eBay, which I thought was fascinating last year.
Yeah, fascinating. Anyway, my overall thoughts for families. It is a good fun day out. If I wanted to give some formative feedback, the food service areas need a bit of TLC, and the toilets ditto. When it comes to staff here, we've had some lovely interactions, some really lovely staff. That's not been the case with everybody. There have been some that have been, let's just say, not so friendly. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag from that point of view. From a family point of view, there are attractions for your little ones in the Neverland area. Our kiddos, who are thrill seekers, all of them, other than the big kiddo, have really enjoyed the coasters. Really enjoyed those. I think William probably would do Vertigo, which means I'd have to do it if we came back. We haven't done any of the water attractions. They really wanted to do those, but we saw people getting off that literally just looked like they jumped in a lake, and it's cold anyway, so that did not make sense to me. So if you want to do those, guys, we will have to come back on a warmer day. Okay, we're gonna have to come back on a warmer day. Ultimately, do we think it's worth it? And I know our day hasn't come to an end yet, we can do the fireworks and things, but I know it's had very mixed reviews online, and I understand the criticism, and it must be difficult because of the location, because I know it is a high traffic location for tourism down West Wales through the summer, but the location obviously isn't as favourable. It's just not as easy for many people to get to as some of the other parts in the UK. So I understand that must be a challenge. But overall, we have had a good day. We have had a good day, and it has had some really. It's been there have been ups and downs, but overall, I'd say it's been a positive day. Would you like to say something else?
Yeah. Obviously, it's a small park compared to others, so probably you could do it all in a day.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're staying down here, there's other places you can go to fill your diary, and something else to consider. I think a lot of the criticism is about wear and tear, really, or maybe neglect to a point. I'm not saying anyone's neglected anything, but that's what it looks like or feels like people are trying to say is going on.
Yeah,
but
actually,
one thing you need to consider is it's coastal.
Yeah.
So the erosion of fences, materials is far greater, and they've got far less people coming here, so less money coming in.
Yeah.
So I think they've got a very fine balance of making it work, keeping it here.
Yeah.
And actually maintaining it. Because I've had a look around and taken photos of new sheds, new fencing.
Yeah, there has been money spent here. They are reinvesting, and hopefully now during the off season they'll be doing a lot more of that. But you can see there are improvements being made, which is really positive to see.
Zara wants to say something.
Zara, what do you want to say, baby?
As I was saying before, about my favourite.
Megafobia and treetops.
I've
got to say, treetops, I was pleased we went back on treetops. I thought that maybe I'd think, oh, it's not that good. I used to thought it was good when I was a kid, but I think it was good. It was definitely better than the first roller coaster we went on.
So I think the Neverland is more like stuff for little kids.
Definitely. There are lots of things that are really aimed at children much younger than our children currently are. So things like that little crocodile coaster and things, perfect for toddlers, like really small toddlers. So yeah, there's a little bit of something for everybody. If your kids are older but not thrill seekers, so basically our eldest, who isn't with us, he's in university. But when he does come on these days out, hates coasters, won't go on anything. He basically has to hang out with you, doesn't he? Dylan won't do coasters, hates them. So there wouldn't be much for him today. But then I guess that's a pretty standard coming to any theme park if you're not into coasters. The ride access pass has worked really well. It was really easy. So we brought our access cards. We did have the carers tickets. We had 2 of them because we got 3 access cards, which brought the whole price of the day. It should have been £20 per head, but it brought the price of the ticket down to £60 for the 5 of us for the day. The food has been okay. Sort of theme park prices. Would be good to see some different choices for kids' drinks other than just the squash in here, just other choices around the park. And I didn't see any water refill stations, so would be good to see some of those. If there are some here, please correct me in the comments, but I haven't spotted any. Anyway, not long now. It's time for the fireworks. Do you think they'll be good? Have you got your ear defenders ready? No. Should we get them? Yeah. When we do theme park days, I would suggest for most theme parks we ever do, so we've done all the towers, anything like that, I'd suggest doing 2 days just to try and get around everything. I would say actually we've been able to comfortably do this comfortably within a day. I know we've had ride access pass, and perhaps if you're coming in height of summer and you haven't got ride access pass, so you're using a standing queue, you might want to allow a little bit longer. It might be a bit more challenging to get around it all. So the opening times vary. Have a look on their website for the day that you're coming. Apparently sometimes it opens all the way up till 10 o'clock in the summer. But we've comfortably been able to get it all around. So you don't need to worry about kind of doing rope drop to park close in order to get around everything. But if you get here first thing, especially, it was quite quiet. I don't know if it was because everyone was intentionally coming late for the fireworks, but it was really quite quiet when we arrived, and we weren't even here like full on rope drop. Looks like the fireworks are starting in a second, guys. One thing I will note, they've put a lovely new entrance. It needs a big sign that says Oakwood. It's missing, isn't it? Perhaps they'll put one in for next season. Back in the car now. Thank you so much for coming to Oakwood with us. Click on screen for a whole playlist of theme park vlogs I know that you'll love. Or check out my Patreon for some early release videos and hang out with me a little bit more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.